Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
They're ready for me to do the arraignment. So we're just going to pause your testimony for just one moment, okay? Yeah, you're more than welcome to stay there. No, you're more than welcome to stay there if you don't mind. Okay, so we are Ms. Baker or Rose?
Ms. Rose.
Okay. All right, we are going on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Jamie Rose, 232221. And Detective Sergeant Grote, please state your name for the record.
Detective Sergeant Ken Grote.
All right, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this man to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. And you may proceed on the warrant.
October 9, 2020, approximately 08 hours. Officer A. Grote was patrolling the area of Fort and Fort Avenue in the city of Wyoming. Officer Grote observed a 2014 Ford Fusion turned in the parking lot of the CVS at 2025 Fort Street. Lien check of the license plate showed that the vehicle had no insurance. Officer Grote observed the vehicle but did not exit the vehicle. The CVS parking lot is well known to Wyandotte officers' location for narcotics transactions resulting in arrests in the past. After several minutes, no occupants exited the vehicle, left the lot and drove onto Fort Street. Officer Grote observed the vehicle driving southbound on Fort from Fort Ave. As Officer Grote caught up to the vehicle pulled back into the CVS parking lot and a traffic stop was made. Officer spoke with the driver and the front seat passenger, later identified as Ms. Rose. The driver could not provide valid insurance registration for the vehicle. While speaking with the officer, or the driver, officer noticed Rose to be acting nervous and avoiding eye contact with him. The driver gave consent to officer to search the vehicle. Officer asked Ms. Rose to exit the vehicle. While doing so, she grabbed her backpack. Officers told Rose for officer safety, in case the backpack contained a weapon, she would have to leave the backpack in the vehicle. Officers told Rose she can consent to the search of the backpack if for weapons. If none were located, could she keep the backpack? Stated officers that the backpack contained Xanax and Suboxone, but they are in a prescription bottle. And she also left her prescription at home. So it did not. Due to Rose being unable to provide that she had a prescription, meaning that she is unlawfully carrying the medication not in a prescribed container, officers searched the backpack, and inside the backpack, officers located a plethora of pills, including 2 different types of Xanax pills, 2 bar-shaped pills, and a half-shaped pill, both identified as Xanax, and orange pills, green pill with a monkey snapped on them that field tested positive to be ecstasy or methamphetamine. And we also did a match report on Ms. Rose, and it shows that she does have a prescription for Suboxone, which was also found in there, but not for Xanax.
Okay, you said not for Xanax?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. All right, upon examination complaining witness, I find the offenses charged are committed. There's probable cause to believe the defendant committed those offenses. And counsel, your appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Ms. Rose.
Good afternoon. Ms. Rose, your name for the record, please.
Your name.
Oh, Jamie Rose.
Okay. And counsel, as to the arraignment.
At this time, Your Honor, we are prepared to waive a formal reading. My client stands mute.
All right, the court's going to waive the formal reading. Ma'am, you do have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the court will appoint one to represent you. In fact, you've had an opportunity to speak to an attorney today, correct?
Say yes.
Yes.
All right. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have a trial by a judge or by a jury, and you also have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing may be used against you in court. Do you understand those rights, ma'am?
Yes.
All right, the court's going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. Schedule this matter for probable cause conference on October 19th at 9:20 a.m. And counsel as to bond.
Yes, Your Honor, I would like you to know that Ms. Rose is a resident living in Southgate. She's a mother of 3, ages 1, 4, and 10. She is 35 years old. She has no prior criminal history whatsoever. She's not on probation or parole. She has no pending matters at this time. After speaking with her at length this afternoon, she did assure me that she would be appearing at all future court dates. I would just respectfully request that all that be taken into account when assessing a bond on behalf of Ms. Rose.
All right, thank you. And Detective Sergeant Grote, would you like to address bond?
Your Honor, Mrs. Rose lack of criminal history. She's been a model prisoner while she's been in our custody. Just to assure her appearance in bond, 5,010% would be fine by us.
All right, so Ms. Rose, if you were to test what's in your system,
Excuse me? What did you say? What did you say?
if you were to test, if you were to
Yeah.
test, if you were to have a drug and alcohol test, what's in your system?
I know Suboxone is in my system for sure, probably amphetamines. I don't know, Xanax maybe?
Okay. All right, and ma'am, you don't work?
No. I had a situation last week that I probably wanted to like, I was in Taylor Police and I got raped in Taylor, which is not an excuse and I probably shouldn't even be saying it right now, but maybe I'm talking more.
Okay. And so, Counsel, if you need to talk to your client, you can use them out the lobby just because it's picking up on the recording. So you were working until last week?
No, I said never mind. I have been doing DoorDash on and off, but I stay at home mainly with the kids. My husband works. I'm sorry, I've been here for 3 days.
Okay. And you're not currently on probation or parole anywhere?
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm not.
All right, and you successfully completed your probation in the 28th District Court in 2008, correct?
Yes.
All right. Based on the nature of the charges and to ensure your appearance, the court's going to indicate a $5,000 bond. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed, and you'll be subjected to random testing as a condition of bond. So in the event bond is being posted today, you'll have to stop at probation to get set up with that testing. In the event bond is not being posted today, you'll have to come back to the 27th District Court once bond is posted to get set up with your testing.
Okay.
All right, anything else?
Not this time, Judge.
Your Honor.
All right. All right, thank you. We'll see you on the 19th, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good day. Are we, okay, we're on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Jasin Baker, 232222. And appearance, counsel?
Attorney Corey Westmoreland appearing on behalf of Ms. Baker. Ms. Baker, would you please state your name for the record?
Jasin Baker.
All right, thank you. And Detective Sergeant Grote, your name again for the record, please.
Detective Sergeant Ken Grote.
All right, you're still under oath and you may proceed on the warrant.
About 10:48 a.m. on Tuesday, 10/2023, Sergeant Cons and Officer Carpo were working a two-man unit, 17th to 4th Ave in the city of Wyandotte. Officers were driving in front of an orange Jeep.
I'm sorry, hold on.
westbound of-
I'm sorry, a lot of what you just said wasn't coming through, so I don't know if there's some volume being pulled from outside the door. Sometimes I'm losing some of your words. Okay, sorry, go ahead, please.
Want me to start over at the beginning?
Yes, please.
About 10:45 a.m. on Tuesday, October 10th, 2023, Sergeant Cons and Officer Carpo were working a two-man unit in the area of 17th to 4th Ave in the city of Wyandotte. Officers observed officers were driving a fully marked Wyandotte police vehicle when they observed a orange Jeep driving westbound on 4th Avenue from 17th. A lien check on the license plate showed the license plate to be expired since July 2nd, 2023, and also showed that the registered owner had a warrant for her arrest out of Southgate. Officers saw that the driver matched the registered owner's driver's license picture and attempt to make a traffic stop in the area of northbound Fort at Antwine. As the vehicle turned southbound on Fort, in the turnaround, officers activated their emergency lights in an attempt to make a traffic stop. The vehicle turned westbound on Rosedale and started to evade officers. Officers activated their emergency lights and siren and began to pursue the vehicle. The vehicle continued westbound on Rosedale, northbound on Howard, failing to stop for the stop sign, turned westbound on Wesley, through the red light at Dix, and then northbound on Logton, which is a dead-end street where the vehicle came to a stop, and the driver, later identified as Miss Baker, exited the vehicle and placed her hands in the air, where she was taken into custody without incident. During the pursuit through the residential neighborhood, speeds were reached at over 70 miles an hour in a 25-mile-an-hour zone. During a search of Miss Baker's vehicle, Sergeant Cons and Officer Barway located 2 orange pills, later identified as Adderall. A MAPS check of Miss Baker showed that she does not have a prescription for Adderall, and Miss Baker's driver's license is currently suspended.
All right, thank you. Upon examination of the complaining witness, there is probable cause. I find the offenses charged were committed. There's probable cause the defendant committed those offenses. And counsel, as to the arraignment.
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, we are prepared to waive a formal reading. My client stands mute.
Court will waive the formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty for purpose of the arraignment. And ma'am, you have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the court will appoint one to represent you. And in fact, you've had an opportunity to speak to an attorney today, correct?
I'm sorry, can you repeat, please?
You had an opportunity to speak to an attorney today, correct?
Yes, before I came to speak with you.
Okay, and you also understand you have the right to have, to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have a trial by a judge or by a jury. And you also understand that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing may be used against you in court. Do you understand those rights?
Yes.
All right. The court's going to, I've already entered a plea of not guilty on your behalf. Schedule this matter for probable cause conference October 19th at 9:45 a.m. And Ms. Baker, do you have a case in this court right now? Are you on probation in this court?
No, I don't, not that I know of.
Okay. You seem familiar, so that's why I'm trying to figure that out. Okay.
I grew up watching you every now and again at Roosevelt through the court cases where you guys would come and do them in the auditorium.
Oh, report to schools? Okay. Okay, all right, counsel as to bond.
Yes, Your Honor. I would like to know that Ms. Baker is 21 years old. She's a resident of Wyandotte. She has no prior criminal history whatsoever, no pending matters out of any other jurisdiction. She's not currently on probation or parole. She is employed as a waitress at the Wheat and Rye. She graduated high school in 2020, and after speaking with her at length this afternoon, she did assure me that she would be appearing at all future court dates. Taking that all into account, Your Honor, I'd simply be requesting consideration for a personal bond on her behalf.
Okay, and Detective Sergeant as the bond.
Your Honor, she currently has a warrant for arrest out of the city of Southgate. She does lack a criminal history. Poor judgment. She put a lot of people at risk with the time of day of this event. We'll request a 10% cash bond.
Okay, and what is the warrant for out of Southgate? Do you know?
I have to print that, Your Honor. What's your warrant?
I'm
I
sorry.
didn't know that it weren't, but the ticket was for improper lane usage in Southgate. The alignment on my vehicle was messed up and I went over the yellow line.
Okay, and you didn't take care of that?
I did. I took care of it multiple times through bell tire and through.
No, the ticket.
No, ma'am. I'm sorry, the ticket.
I'm sorry, I missed the court date by an hour for the ticket and then no, I did not take care of it. I felt like I couldn't ask my family for help, and after what I've done yesterday, I know that I can and that they will be there to guide me in the right direction.
And so then why didn't you go back and take care of it?
We called to pay the ticket and I was saving to pay the ticket. I've been in debt for a long time.
Counsel, excuse me, council, please, if you're gonna chat, please go in the lobby because you're getting picked up on the recording and it's pulling from here. I'm sorry, can you please repeat that?
I went back to go pay the ticket and I was saving in increments to pay said ticket along with any other fees that I would have had, but it just got to rack up and be so much on my own, and I should have asked for help, and now I know that I can because this is not me. And I wish I would have been able to do that before this.
Okay. Well, given the allegations, speeds of over 70 miles an hour in a 25-mile-an-hour zone. In the morning areas during the week, the court has some concerns for the safety of the public. The court, and given the fact that you failed to appear in court and take care of that matter, and it's been almost 12 months, the court's going to indicate a $10,000, 10% bond. In the event you postpone not to possess, consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. And I'm sorry, what is the status of her license? Expired. So you can't even drive.
It's
Maybe
expired.
suspended as well. Okay. You're not even allowed to drive right now, ma'am. So I will indicate no driving unless cleared by the Secretary of State.
Understood.
All right, thank you.
You're
Have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Have a nice
Okay.
day, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, you as well. All right, so we are resuming, State of Michigan versus